now say the best 3 days ni enra say the MPP for si twa no minim say no to kwan dia yes wa body emoso kroma
oh the na make ya
Argentina so kasi emfa bitumen and kateku for the legacy how
na first and foremost minchia tiafo na minchia ahwefo so I'm sure say bia more Facebook and other social media handles but of course my party for so minchia more across the country. The important thing is I don't do things to please anybody and I don't do them for the comfort of any individual, let alone a political party.
That's right.
Nia memehu ena mekaya. Says Oshe Akufo-Addo ni performance in government.
Yeah.
Ni record. It appears that he is the greatest minus in our life. Na why nepe negative?
Obiape positive.
Obiape positive. Inti I come dia. Na bebia Yehu say Akufo-Addo din ewo as president of Ghana. In order not to remind ourselves of the negative governance that Akufo-Addo brought. In Kayemfa Kotar, Nyemfa telling din so that it doesn't reflect as president. Because every score Akufo-Addo was a disaster.
Every score
he was a disaster. And Akufo-Addo yi and oko America.
Radio
to go and tell Anthony Blinken say Burkina Faso mpenyimfo no they are heading towards Ghana or reporting Burkina Faso to the America so that America will do to Ibrahim Traoré what they have done to Venezuela President Nicolás Maduro. You call that a positive? Destroying the long-standing relationship between the people of Ghana and Burkina Faso. That is not a positive. It is a Burkina Babia. Sorry na otie Ghana said na omosi Akufo-Addo president before nani boefu.
Okay.
So what will you do in such circumstances? Because you have to cover it. Just plaster it so that that thing doesn't remind them that there was a Ghana president who signed the military base. They signed the military base in Accra. In part of the military base in Seminar na Kano. And I remember speaking eloquently about it. And now, make us say, share the agreement, no clause by clause, now 19 clauses. Clause by clause. One of the clauses said that Ghana will be used as transit. Transit to where?
West African countries.
So transit to where? Na Ghana to say we agree to be used as transit, but transit no oman define it to where? Inti enne they are spying on Niger, enne they are spying on Mali, they are spying on Burkina Faso, they are threatening Nigeria
because we will base
at our airport and almost just 80 Ghana without any proper visa, nothing. A American soldier now the soldier ID card otimi room Ghana. Ofi Ghana obetimi afa car obetimi afa opposite lane. So omo plane no krampo besia no Ghanaian soldier or official is mandated to go into that. So here. How do you say that? Look, he was president, so I don't like to use certain words, but clearly Papa yi esoria wakofa $97 million. Eddie Akotu, the friend saying, excavated ground. Also, Obabesi National Cathedral.
Yeah, no Yankopo here, sorry, dying.
Shebebia or the National Cathedral, no econo. Me, I'm not opposed to anybody's religious beliefs. I used to be a Catholic. Me na me say me nko asorobio. What you say? Me papa and is part of my many part of my siblings. They are Muslims. I say I will not go to mosque.
Okay.
What you say? So, but we live communally. We enjoy each other. Now, Niamey can say, you got up to take our money, go and collapse National Scholarship Secretariat. Baby, your friends say, your National Passport Office, wakobu.
Radio XYZ.
Baby, judges, if she are yes, were just roofing some of them. Baby, adjusted Kwekujan or Moteno. You decided to demolish these places that we were spending lots of money to bring up.
Okay.
At a prime area. Now, Osi Ukakusi sorry dying. You carry a plane, go to Israel. Now, Akofa Buo no so that stone. We have plenty of them in Sankana. In Kaibeti Mesu Akrampo di Abremo free.
You'll be way.
Sankana. The rocks, there are plenty rocks.
Edaho. Say another say Israel.
And now moko far back, the plane. The security guard eka ho, call Israel. Na makofa a piece of sabuano, aba. Say there is a God in Israel, that murderous country under Benjamin Netanyahu. If God is actually in that country, and Netanyahu is there, and that is where we have to go and seek our salvation, then that God is not a just God. Oh yeah. And that is where Akufo-Addo took a plane to go and bring a boar in air condition and all the buy.
Okay.
Now, when you do that, and your people are struggling, Agenda 111, Edaho untimi enwie, Pokwasi interchange, Edaho untimi enwie, many things were there. Then you go and do this. I don't see that as wisdom.
Okay.
So for me, I don't care what bastardization you give me. Right. But the record is that Akufo-Addo is a minor. In fact, the worst president that this nation has ever produced. And I'm sure that those who are even attacking me, most of them don't want to be associated with the negative record that we talk about. Look, the pluses and minuses of Akufo-Addo, the minuses far and so it outweighs.
Okay.
When it comes to governance, how many times did Akufo-Addo not come to defend Omar? Yakase Omar Yeboni Ewod and Nabaim. How many times? Everybody, Yakase wa Yeboni no. Akufo-Addo beba wabekashe mu se dabi. Yashushe mu ya dabi onyeshi. Even Akonta Mines.
Yeah.
Ne minister. Ono ankasa ni Jinapoye neba. Jinapoye neba. Neba. Ena neba no. Oya Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Eco Forest, so Eco who say Akonta Mines was doing illegal mining. Waba say Obaba set a committee to investigate. Akufo-Addo Akoshiamu and Central for. No, I catch them say Akonta Mine is not engaged in anything illegal. Minister committee, no, that was the end of it. Now you defended the man. Even when your own minister, who was ground, who were forest hobby, minister don't know, you come and say that it is not done. How do you defend wrongs and come and tell me that we should praise you?
Okay.
So until the quotar, I'm not saying Akufo-Addo did not exist as a person, but as president of Ghana, no, I don't want to agree.
Okay. And say what say ya nchimu ya say nyuma dani run yet. They know what patch no, not say with any bad intention. Okay. Now, before I share 1 year no, Public Accounts Committee tonight about 2 days new 1 monitor.
Some of them.
Yeah, the excesses in it. As in me more be home by you.
Oh, I didn't say so far the 2025 Auditors General Report and Nyambai. So we 2023-2024 Auditor General Reports.
Yeah.
That will only be the stewardship of President Akufo-Addo. Into Nyama Bonibia Esiano.
And Shadang Yama.
That be
okay.
Yeni.
Okay.
The rot that took place. We went on demonstrations on Bank of Ghana. Ana Urefi.
Yeah.
Yeko drew hono eno mumam watchman say watchman in Beji petition no and confirm governor.
But almost money security man any almost when you ordinary watchman as a
but or watchman ordinary no
legal practitioner
still or
watchman. Okay.
But at that particular instant, Juma now you Bank of Ghana now you lawyer Juma.
There be.
And
no security.
No security.
Yeah.
Now young friend security mom.
Watchman is
Yanka say he doesn't have qualifications or other qualifications.
Okay.
Be out me or Hene Kurampo.
Yeah.
And yes, sir.
No,
but as far as the Bank of Ghana work is concerned, no, you watch mine.
Yeah, it's true.
We so ose my Yankano there. Say Yanko Kase or your lawyer. Now lawyer Jumana now you Bank of Ghana.
No,
you watch mine.
Yeah.
into Omakofa Wachimansi, young, including now Minister for Finance. Say Ombe Jinano onji petition MF Minister for Finance. And yes, sir.
Yeah.
So evidently, now Omunfa Ebubia Emma Yang na yeko demonstration. And then say utie the records. Your friend saying gold for oil.
Yeah.
A car na yebo. The dubious things that took place. So we should not engage in it. And they will start looking for the perpetrators of the fraud that took place under the gold for oil. So I think that it is in order. But importantly, the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, Obisa questions now yet to say, I dare know that be AC.
Okay.
So it giving the impression to and say, oh, a pray John Mamman and Crawford and Omobeye. No, they are only occupying those positions, so they have to come and sit in to tell you the story.
Okay.
And I remember Sam George. Okoka and Sam George actually no say and you know say and also dabi men koho. Then she got to realize that no, your excesses, your belligerence at the Public Accounts Committee is unwarranted. In the 2025 audited report, and they basically say, your mama, any or mamo they caused the mess. But this mess that they are still vetting, any o Akufado,
that's right,
and Ken Ofori Atta, and you were actually the Deputy Minister for Finance. So most of the rot that are taking place or took place, they were totally under your watch.
I was your leader Edema PNC and Ofori Benard Mornah and anything Kumakakra. Na Afimuni or Kahubi, Satam now contested to become president and whatever means. Some kind of ways and means and I means and I did but Omanda Omutru support at the one side said the echoes on your twaso in after 1 year of governance. Say no BCSS.
Oh, I know the anchor. You bet me 1 week akasa semi because you have to start from sector by sector, and so my main shares here and free foreign policy, and be a Pan-Africanism. I feel John Mama is using his familiarity, and I just wrote some articles which I published on my Facebook page. So other media houses have it, and in that article, I stated that John Mama has used his familiarity with the world, his engagement with international agencies and cooperation to be able to restore confidence and dignity at the Magana for. Otiase, ni oration at the UN General Assembly in Sema Okokanye, receiving the applause of the entire African continent. And in Yama Ochirichiremu, including say Okatre Donald Trump say, Jai say Opame, people that you considered as illegal migrants into the United States. In fact, some time ago, United States was the one who took people from everywhere across the world to come and build the United States of America. And many people, including Kofi Annan, has made America what it is today. And one kasa Donald Trump, no, for your grandparents came all the way from Germany. And you remember the German Chancellor, your friend saying, Donald Trump in the White House. He carried the picture of Donald Trump, his grandparents, at the command and say, hey, your grandparents were Germans. You understand? And he said, this is interesting. Clearly, also fi baby and America. Also your ho. Even President Obama, ne papa Ekofi Kenya and were the United States, and he became president, one of possibly the useful presidents for the United States of America, apart from the fact that he orchestrated the murder of one of the colossus of Africa, Gaddafi. So clearly, who said the America and now what has happened? A country that is the beneficiary of the influx of immigrants suddenly is saying that immigration is not good and is chasing people away. Donald Trump was told in his face. President Mahama, in that UN address, also stated that we cannot be a resource-rich country and our people will be living at the fringes of the resources. In fact, at the periphery of poverty, when our country is rich in every point.
Yeah.
So with that oration, I think that President Mahama restored a certain level of confidence. The beer many President Mahama is that the people of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, SADR, affectionately called Western Sahara, which shares boundary, is just at the edge of Morocco. An African country called Morocco is occupying their land. These people were initially colonized by Spain, and the people fought for their right to self-determination. And Spain, Spain kono, and also that we want to mean country only Morocco kin akwaje park, and also Mijai territory damo. An African country fighting for its liberation from Europe. Then the Europeans go and then enter into an agreement with Morocco to tell you that we are handing over the African country to you. Morocco think that it is their right. Mauritania was occupying portions of it. Mauritania, the people fought, and eventually Mauritania granted their self-determination at the moment. But Morocco still doesn't want to give up. Ghana government, you say that you support Morocco's occupation of Western Sahara to the chagrin of the people, to the disadvantage of their right to self-determine and to manage their own resources. Ghana must be principled on the record of Pan-Africanism and that of Kwame Nkrumah. You cannot run away from that record. And for me, any day, any time, any opportunity, I will say that this decision to back a Moroccan plan to give autonomy to Western Sahara will not be accepted by the Sahrawi people. They will fight to self-determine. So why would Ghana, all of a sudden, one of the colonized places in this world, be supporting the colonization of Western Sahara? So I said that on that front, John Mahama, you got it wrong. Beyond that, the second other aspect, they said, inflation abafem. The city has stabilized beyond some concern. And I was just telling Teddy, say, na baby a city in Ejinam, 17, 18 cedis to $1. Na misika kakra na mewo. I went with Oko other Ministry of Tourism. Omodi Lapam ka. If they all decide that they are going to pay, then you will see. No, you will see the mega development that will take place at Lapam. Beyond that, these debts, you can see that internally generated funds has been able to transform Lapam from a collapsed company to now a bountiful profit-making institution. Government and first can question. Other operations now Lapam and Afa Lapam and a big standard now ASA Andrew. Now go to your friend saying Tema Oil Refinery. Tor. They were selling Tor at 22 billion. Now, the former CEO of a company, no MD, I'm friend MD, the former MD, form a company, and onumum ADH say Omon Tong Tema Oil Refinery for 22 billion. And Eugene Musa Omon Tong Tor. Eugene Musa, and eventually they didn't sell Tor. 7 months into John Mahama's government, Tor. Na enye refinery bako, most of the workers had gone. Ebimu ewo Nigeria, mo yejuma wo Dangote, ebimu wo United Arab Emirates, Emiako, Iran, and other places, because the Ghanaian worker was proficient. So here, the refinery na aye collapse no. Ghanaian engineers have been able to restore the services. They have done everything. Local engineers, and they did that on a record of 3 months. Local engineers.
Think and say you need such professionals.
Yes, local engineers. After they have finished, Tor is operating. They have thermal around that area. They store products for other
tanks.
The money they generated was 21 billion. Abra, you were selling the entire 22 billion. Within 7 months, internally generated funds 21 billion. In some Amibisano say, so in the past, were they not internally generated funds? No one na ADs are sikano. How come that those monies were not used to revamp and to put Tor and its infrastructure into full use? Why is it that we're not able to expand the FPS, your friend said, fluid catalytic residual unit? Why is it that we're not able to expand, to bring in more so that we can refine more crude and make it useful? How come? Nasi siya jo mama akofa combat mo ediaba. Then all of a sudden, that near collapse company is now making such huge profit. Baby, I just say, and this is what I say, that we must do everything possible in order that we are able to secure the well-being of the people of Ghana. And once you continue to put NIPA, trust me, we will succeed. And I think that on that record, John Mahama has found some of the potent people that are leading most of these state institutions, and that is why we are seeing this tremendous transformation. And fuel, they be a yet of fuel. Fuel, once we get the crude and we are able to refine, we get other byproducts. You bet me anya bitumen wo ho, you bet me anya kerosene wo ho, you bet me anya oil wo ho. Enu nyina no will become things that the Ghanaian market will benefit from, rather than going to buying refined oil. Na yedi eno ediaba. So the example of your friend saying La Palm Royal Beach Hotel and that of Tema Oil Refinery are indicated